Hey, you, yes. Well, hello, hello, hello. You are in Money Talks with Ayanna Smith, and I am your host, Ayanna Smith. And I hope that you are having a wonderful, wonderful night and that you are on and ready and excited about all that is getting ready to happen here this evening. So please, please, please share out to your friends, share out to your family members, and look, call all the teachers and educators that are not asleep right now to get on and hear all of this and see what's going on, because you know what? We want to talk to you. We want to talk to you about what we see here, this save strategy. Oh my goodness. And we want to see, of course, we are here looking at it is the third month and the 11th day of the month, and it's not, and so we're going to go here and look at the next thing. Okay, so first of all, I want to just share with you, of course, that my name is Ayanna Smith and I am a financial professional. I've been and like connected to education for a long time. And I'm excited about what I do. I'm excited about who I help. And we're here plugging and rooting for educators and teachers, and professional women, rooting for you to get to the next level. We are going to have to hunker down, hold hands, and dispel all any shame, guilt. It's no story too shameful, no actual situation that's too difficult, because we are in this together. And when we share, we're able to just dispel all shame and guilt and push higher and higher together. And the only way we can grow together is to learn together. And that's what we're going to do. So I have my notes here. Of course, you see me looking at my notes. I want to make sure that I am sharing with everyone who needs to hear this message that we are ready to go. And this is Money Talks with Ayanna Smith. And of course, I'm Ayanna Smith. Those of you all who don't know me, and I'm a financial professional and educator, speaker, author, all that good stuff. But I'm here to help you see and hear about this SAVE strategy, the SAVE framework for educators and professional women. So if you all are ready to go, type in the comments that you are ready to rock and roll, and you are ready to jump off into this by commenting and putting your comments in these chats, let's say in these chat rooms and all that good stuff. Please, please, please get your friends ready. Get your friends. If you're ready, type ready. Type ready in the comments. All right. It's time to do that, and and let your let your friends know we are here and ready to go. Okay. All right. So let's get it. Let's see, one quick moment. Let's look over here at our next thing. We are going to uh, take this for a moment. Just let me know if hopefully everybody can hear me okay, and that you are ready to roll. Yep, I think everybody can hear me. So thank you for those who are letting me know that you can hear me and that you can see me. Just make sure you put a one in the chat if you can hear me, if you can see me. All right. Make sure that everybody is good. So we have our strategy here for our professionals. So look, let's look at the next thing that we're going to do. Now, when we're talking about this, the 2026 reality check, we're looking at some things because we want to talk about the district life insurance. Of course, everybody may say, I have my life insurance, and I have things all in place, and I have this and that going on, and what so why do I need to get my own what do I need to get my own policy? Why do I need to do that? So let's look at it. It says your district insurance. Your district insurance, just say it's a $130,000 payout. Okay, when we're looking at that, roughly that's going to be 2 times your salary. That's usually about how much uh is given per per teacher, per educator, per professional woman. 2 times your salary sounds about substantial to break down your actual living costs, right? But when we look at that actual living cost, looking at the actual living cost, is that going to be enough to outpace where we are now? Inflation, things of that nature. What is it really going to do? What is it going to do? So looking at that, we will say, hmm, our annual cost when we look at our family of three, say a mom, dad, little child, housing, $21,600 a year, $1,800 a month. Maybe a little more, maybe a little less, right? Maybe a little more, a little less. Your groceries, of course, they are coming up and moving up as fast as we can even blink and think, right? Okay, so groceries could be possibly $1,000 a month, comparable to equating to $12,000 a year, right? And when we're looking at that, we're saying, now, wait a minute, that costs are going up. But then we look at our transportation and we see, oh my goodness, there are some serious things happening with the transportation because, of course, what do cars need? What do most cars need? Unless you have a hybrid or you have an electric car, which then you have to default to another form of uh, ignition, fuel and things of that nature. We are looking at the increase in gas prices. At this point in time, I know probably all over we've seen gas prices hike 50 cents in the last week or two. And that's possibly only going to take us back to some of those older, for those of you all who remember the 2008 and the 2018, it's almost about every 7 to 10 years we get these hikes and these dips, and they're right there looking at us, and we're faced with, what are we going to do? How are we going to get through it? And what's next? What's in it for? What's in it for us? What is in it for us? So that transportation, $4,200 a year, $350 a month when we're looking at possibly with gasoline and then of course maintenance to your car. You have to keep your car maintained. So that's 130K. Is that going to cover if one of the mom or dad passed away? Is that going to keep the other spouse or significant other, is that going to keep everybody going? Is that going to keep the household going? Is that going to make someone secure in the middle of grief and feeling bad and feeling sad and hurting and crying? Is that going to take them to the next level? Is that going to do that? Are we really going to be able to um, have enough to make it on? Now I'm going to pull this down for just one quick second and talk to you straight out. Talk to you. Let's look at each other. Let's talk straight to the point. Is this really going to get us where we need to go? Yes or no? No or yes? Possibly not, right? So we want to look at why the district plan is a trap. And if what I just shared made sense, and if it's got you thinking, type in there, I need a safety plan. So type secure. If you feel secure, type secure in there. Type secure. Type secure. What are you thinking? What's going to be next for you? What do you think is going to be next for you? Do you think you need another plan? You think you need to understand what's in it for me? What's going to be the next thing happening? Yeah, we possibly need to tighten up on the next things we need to get going, right? Yeah. So let's see what's next. All right. So moving on a little further, let's look back at our let's look back at our next thing on our pull the slides back up. The slides are dipping on me a little bit, but that's okay. We're gonna keep right on going. That's what we do, right? Absolutely. We keep right on going and we keep right on growing right together. So if you can hear me again, make sure that you put a 1 in the comments and we will continue to keep on going. So let's see what we have going for us next. So let's see if you see this. All right. So let's look at this. So our next thing that we says why the district plan is a trap. All right. So you can see here, why is the district plan a trap? Job dependent coverage. If you have job dependent coverage, then if you leave your district or you retire, your policy is going to disappear with your badge. It's going to be gone. Then you may say, okay, well, I can just get insurance when I retire. But if you work 10, 20, 30 years, when you are ready to retire, or if you resign or what have you, if you only have insurance on your plan at your particular place of work in your district, your school district, then remember, we're getting older. We would have gotten older. Sometimes we may become ill and then our health changes of the dynamics of qualification for our own life insurance type policy and strategies. So we then can default to other things, and we most definitely can share what that will look like if those things are a hindrance or a prohibitor for you. But let's just look. Your policy disappears with your badge. And then here we come, the rise in replacement costs. The rise in replacement costs puts us into a vein where buying the same policy, say 130K, $130,000 policy, buying that same policy at, say, from said age, you started at 35 and you're now trying to retire at 55. But that's a what? Difference of 20 years. And most people, if they start right out of college, they start even earlier. So buying the same policy at the age 55 or 60 will cost you 5 times as much as it would have if you had looked at setting aside and investing in yourself and securing yourself for the next thing when you were 20 years younger. So it's something to think about. Push, 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 because for basically what we pay for the cost of like eating out and things of that nature, we can reallocate. I'm not asking you to even find funds from way, way off, far off. Just right with what we have, reallocate a little bit just to plan for now to save yourself a long-term ordeals later. Do it now. Because it's kind of like trying to get the fire extinguisher after the fire has kind of destroyed your kitchen. It's like, wow, we needed to have had one in place so we could have at least had a fighting chance, right? We needed to at least have a fighting chance. We're not making fun of any fires, not at all. But yeah, it's too late once the stove is burned up. We don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. So let's make sure that we focus on getting the policies in place on the front end, like right now. And we can talk about that. Set that discovery call and let's get that going. So if you're with me, as again, I said, I'm Ayanna Smith. If you're still with me, make sure you put a one in the chat, and then also type say, I'm ready to save. Put that, I'll even say this now, put 777. I'm ready to save my money. Save my money. Okay. Now we have an inflation mismatch when we look at from anytime like 2026 costs, because we already said they keep doing what? Going up or going down. And we can see it with our own eyes. It's not hidden now. We are seeing it in full effect, and we're saying, okay, we have to really get some things in place. We have to do something, and we have to move now. Now is the time. We have to still push and plan and be vigilant and put our strategies in place so that we will not get caught by the district plans. It's not, and some districts don't even have any plans for the educators or teachers. It just depends on where you are. And then some of our professional arenas, it may look a little differently as well. However, you will know what you have when you sit and talk to someone about getting your things in order. And of course, we can set the discovery call to do that. So now you survive, looking at say winter breaks and all that good stuff. And so now it's time to save yourself. And we have S-A-V-E, save, and we're going to hit the S, not the whole big A-V-E, because you have to come back for that. Come back next week and the week after and all that good stuff. Come back so that we can make sure we go through these great poignant points, okay? Get through these points and get through them with some understanding, and jump right in on the S of SAVE framework, the SAVE plan, SAVE framework. We want to secure your future. So that's what we've been getting all into. The whole thing, this broadcast is about securing your future. And of course, you see here, there's a low portability, high security, high portability, low security. And it goes back to how your plan is not the end all be all on your job or through your school district. It is most imperative that we are making sure that we are securing our future, doing what we need to do. So we're looking at high security in that first quadrant you see there, high security, low portability, the district policy, job dependent. It's going to end at retirement. And ending at retirement is not going to be of a benefit if you need it. And if you're and meaning if you need it, because we have things that can be included, living benefits, or it's growing money for you. But here's the thing, if it belongs to the district, most of the time it's a term, what we say a term policy that does not grow money, may not have the living benefits. If you were to have heart attack, cancer, stroke, things of that nature, won't be of any benefit other than while you're still working with that district, and you pass away while you are working with that district. After you retire or resign and that benefit is no more, then what do? That is not the highest security that you want to have. You don't have that portability. You can't take it with you for the most part. Sometimes there may be, you have to ask these questions directly. Can I take this with me even if I'm not working here anymore? And that person that has helped you, that's connected to your job, can tell you. But if not, it's a no. And then we look over here and you're looking sad and it's not working out the way you needed it to, okay? And your family is even more sad, okay? Then we're looking over here. Private policy, of course, will give you high security and high portability, because you will be able to take it with you, and it stays with you. It stays with you from the time you get that contract in force, in effect, gets you right there, gets you going, locked in. And then we have the low security, low portability, the private policy that's, let's say, the lifetime ownership, and it might be transferable or not transferable, okay? And district policy, not going to do too much here. Limited beyond employment. So it's limited. So the best thing is own your own thing that you can make sure that it can go where you go, no matter where you are working on that job or not. So the private owned versus the job owned, as we talked really quickly, your set policies, $250,000 to $500,000 while you're younger and healthier, that's game on. Get that in effect as soon as possible. Look at those premiums, because you lock it in now, the younger we are, the healthier we are, the better the investment for us, to ourselves. But then that coverage is going to stay whether you leave, go, stay, transition, get promoted, all that good stuff. Enjoying time on the beach in your retirement, it's still in effect. Okay, so make sure that you are focusing on getting that done. Now I want to transition to something that will show you how you may possibly get that going. And I have what we call like a pension calculator. So I want you to look at that in just a second. We're going to check that out and see how our pension calculator is going to help us. And I call it the pension stress test. That's what I call it. The pension stress test. And it's going to help us to fill some gaps. Okay, if you're still with me and you're ready, you're ready to schedule and get your calls and stuff together, type in the chat secure. Okay, type that in, secure. I need you to type in the chat secure. And for everybody who is coming in, has come in and ready to jump on things, you're looking, you're listening. I am most excited that you are here, that you are listening in, and that you have shared this out. Share this out still. It's not too late. Share it out with your educator, teacher, and professional women friends, because we all need to hear the information. I mean, when I listen, when I learned about information that is new and that I didn't necessarily hear growing up, I am ready to jump on it, ready to figure out how can I understand, get the understanding of it. So here we go. Give you a little backdrop on this gap calculator. And of course, if you need to get that, we'll have it for you. Okay, so our gap calculator says the monthly expenses. The first thing you would do here when you're talking about your pension stress test, okay, you are going to look and see how much money you currently put out or spend out on your monthly expenses. So let's just, for example, it can be, anywhere from 3,500 on up. And let's just say if it's $4,500 a month, then right now you're looking at calculating your gap. And when we look at that, we're going to calculate our gap by looking at today's cost, and let's project 2035, what the cost will be, just generalizing the inflation, because that's what we're seeing that right before our eyes. When I talked about the gas, we're seeing that right before our very eyes, regardless of how it's being positioned. We're seeing inflation like in more than real time. It's like immediate 50 cents in a week. Okay, that's a big jump and for gas prices. All right, so today's cost, if your bills are running $4,500, it's on an even number. Then 2035, then you're looking at least $6,048 as a projection of your difference. And here it means your purchasing power gap. You will need over $1,500 more just to live a month, just to carry on the base things that you have right now. And you may say, yeah, I'm going to work to pay down my bills. I won't have all of that overhead and it'll be less. That's wonderful. But still, keep in mind, if you are able to we get together and create a strategy that can help you to build more money so you can have that projected 2035 cost, that would be to your good, because that means you will then have a cushion in your retirement instead of a deficit. So here we are. Continue on to the stress test. Let's look. Keep in mind, we'll need over $1,500 to continue with the bills as is right now if things don't go up. And like I said, if we've seen gas jump up 50 cents in a week, then we know that over time, electricity, water, all those things are going to base price go up. Their base is going to go up. So let's continue with the stress test on how you need to look at it, how we will help you walk through it. Does your pension guarantee a 3% COLA, which is the cost of living adjustment? If it's yes, then of course toggle, and then you'll see that your pension status, you're at risk, but you may not need as much. Okay. If you have toggled and you see that your pension is exempt from WEP, windfall elimination provision, then you're still at risk. Let's look and see if it shows here. If your survivor benefit is set to 100%, meaning that your survivor is going to get all their money, then you're still at risk. But let's say all three, you're good, you're getting the raises and everything. It says that you're safe. Okay. It says that you have a protected pension. But just say if you don't have any of them, then you're in danger here of the impact of your retirement security. So you'll need that bridge to bridge that power gap here. You would need a monthly estimated need of $387 in additional income. Could be more, but more than likely it would not be less. Okay. So the solution, make sure that you're looking here, the gap filler, choose your bridge, because we want to offer solutions and become a bridge here. Yes, we want to help you to bridge your gap. So the gap filler, the accelerator, the wealth builder. Looking at these three portions on this on the calculator will give you a hypothetical, not actual, because everybody's situation is different and exact to them. It will give you what you would be needing in a monthly contribution of $100, $200, $400, and what that cash value accumulation could possibly help you if you put that money out on a monthly basis in a cash building life insurance policy. That's one strategy that could help you. We have multiple strategies, but this is the one that we're focusing on and really showing you the gap filler between what you are not going to necessarily get and have all these perks and good things through your job. But if you are able to get something on the private side for yourself directly, we can set up that strategy call to make sure that something can be put in place for you. If not only for you, you have grandchildren, you have children, you have other friends and family who may need to put things in place for them and build up and help to protect not only their health, but their wealth. Protect them interchangeably. And you can do that with something that is privately owned by you, and you. So as we come to a close here, Money Talks with Ayanna Smith, it has been an absolute pleasure to speak with you, to talk with you, to help you, to make you a part of my heart in sharing what's on my heart, so that we can help bridge these gaps together. And remember that money is always talking, even if we aren't talking about it. That's why we're going to continue to have conversations about it. And if you have questions, make sure that you directly message me, DM me, so that we can set up a time to converse and get things in order, because we don't want to leave anybody out. It is my goal to serve my educational and my educational family, teachers, educators, professional women, high earners, get where they need to be. So let's make sure that we walk hand in hand. Book your strategy call, your discovery call, and I will see you on the next time for Money Talks with Ayanna Smith. And I look forward to hearing from you. Make sure that you connect with me. I'm just a phone call or a text or message away. Have a great one. Have a great one. Have a great one.